Backyard Professor Chess videos. Okay, I'm going to show you a game I recently had with my good online friend. Goes by the handle Prine. And we've started playing a few games, and this particular game, I'm going to play the white pieces, Prine plays the black pieces. This particular game, once again, sincerely, there are fundamentals that we are well advised to pay attention to, and this game is fully instructional. This is the singular, one of the singular most defensive games and nightmares I've ever played. I had to do everything I could to make sure I didn't get walloped here. He surprised me. And so I'm not just telling you guys this to hear my lovely lilting voice, even though I love to hear my lovely lilting voice. Oh my gosh, that's going to be embarrassing when that goes on YouTube, right? So, and realize too that for every win I show you, I am getting trounced 6 or 7 or 8 games where I lose. Say it with me. I am getting trounced. You must emphasize that. Trounced. That way you stay humble. Because no sooner than did I spout my mouth off that I finally beat my very dear friend online, Dark Side of War. I beat him once out of 27 or something like that. Then all you 1800s came pouncing on me, and you're merciless. Sooner Warrior, dude, you're awesome. I hate playing you almost. I hope I'm not wasting your time. I feel guilty almost for playing you. I can't possibly beat that guy for another year or two. And my dear friend, the real Grambit, I finally gave him an actual game, and he's so full of tactics. And my dear good friend RSK Oshers, I call him Ash. Hope he doesn't mind. I hope you don't mind, Ash. These guys are all starting to play me some more, and Joshi, Raul, I can't name all of you guys, but and my beloved friend Boris Ospassky, whom I love like a brother. And we had a lot of fun on our live chess feed. You can see it on our club, in our club, on the online chess club, the Backyard Professor Chess Club on Lichess, Lichess. And welcome to all of our new club members. We've had like 30 join in just the last couple of weeks. So thanks for coming in. Get in, mix it up, check out all the games. Odoker's doing a fine job. He's setting up some tournaments now from within the club. We've got a Swiss tournament coming Sunday, I believe. What's today? Wednesday. So you've got a few days to get in that. And when you first join the club, you guys, don't be bothered that it won't let you post in the forum for the first week. I know it's something to do with Lichess, to make sure you're serious about being in the club or something. So just hang in there with us, and you can watch all the videos, you can read the forum, you can participate. It sets up your own profile so that it keeps track of your progress. In my case, my decline. I'm in a nosedive. Actually, that's not true. I bumped up when I first got back online, and I went real good, and then I dropped a little bit, and now I'm shooting on my way back up. So exciting times. That's how it is in chess. Up and down, up and down, up and down, you know. So let me get to this game, because this is a defensive battle, but I need to show you the results of what can be results of just not taking chess fundamental stuff seriously, because you think, well, this time I can get away with it, and I'm going to show why I thought that. And of course, I was never more wrong, right? I was never more wrong, right? Yeah, right, left, in between, whatever. Okay, bishop g4, he's smacking out with the bishop. Now, first, and I'm not trying to pick on Prine. We're about even in our play. I just found this particular game to be quite instructive because it just slapped me in the face because I did not do some fundamentals. And it's a habit that you have to get into. I'm not just talking to hear my lovely melodious voice. No. There are reasons why they tell you what they tell you to do in chess. And it helps if we pay attention. So I went knight c3 and blam! e5! What a dirty rat! He's fighting for the center. Good. That's good. It's entirely appropriate. I decided, okay, what are you going to do? Make up your mind, because did you notice something odd about his opening? There's nothing to pin. I thought, well, okay, what's your intentions? You can't be serious that you want to come and take this pawn. Why'd you put your bishop there, right? As a fundamental general rule, you guys, knights first before bishops. Sincerely. And the reason why, again, is a chess fundamental that I know we get in the heat of battle and we tend to forget. My dear and glorious friend, the real Grambit, told me of a pattern he's noticed. I can't beat him. I've lost like 12 games with him right now. I'm going to lose another 2,000, but I'm going to get to where I can beat him back and forth. That's one of my goals this year. He's being a very nice partner with me. He's helping me out and telling me what I'm doing wrong, which is every move. Well, not every move, but you get the idea. One of the reasons why you want to put your knights out sooner than later is because they all control the central squares. And the center is the important part of the board. Yes? And I'm not talking down a Prine. I'm really not. We're back and forth. He beats me, and then I beat him, then he beats me, and so we're having a good. That just didn't make sense, and what he did next didn't even make any more sense, and so I have to. Yes, that was good, but why did you leave your bishop for me to take? I am at a psychological moment here. And this is one of the reasons I wanted to share this game with you. In all seriousness, I'm, okay, somewhat serious. I'm never serious, and I'm serious about never being serious. You know better than that. I'm a piece up, and I slacked. Now watch the effect. I'm at a psychological moment here. I don't know if he did that on purpose. I don't know if he's so blasted good that he did that on purpose. Now, he did admit to me during this game that he does listen to Guns N' Roses while he plays chess. Great group, you know, if you really like the hard... When I'm working out, I've got to get back to it. I love listening to Guns N' Roses, man. You can bench press 245 instead of 225 with Guns N' Roses, you know. Add 20 pounds to your macho hood. So here I slacked, and watch what he does. He said, all right, I'm going to take your c-pawn. And in the queen pawn opening, the queen gambit, more or less declined, challenged, whatever you call that. I know, there's probably a fancy name. I need to get that right? But this is more or less accepted. He accepted the gambit pawn, so this is the queen gambit accepted. But his pawn structure is not the same. So I'm in for battle, and I'm thinking, okay, I'm going to do... There is no way. There is no way. Something's wrong. Wait a minute. Seriously? D4, D5, O4, crying out loud. C4, bishop, G4. Right? Knight C3. e5, for Pete's sake. Oh, h3, and then he went e4. That's what it, sorry, I skipped a move. You know, the skipping backyard dodo. Yeah, right. That was his next move, that he left his bishop hanging. And I was at a psychological moment. I thought, what are you thinking, man? And that can't be right. Sorry, I grabbed the bishop instead of the pawn. What a dork. Wow, I'm just messing this game up. Sorry, Brian. Anyway, you guys get the point. Just watch it 18 times and you'll figure out what I'm trying to convey. The good stuff's coming up. If you think I'm making a mess now, you ain't seen nothing yet. So, and then I took the bishop, and now I'm at my psychological moment. I'm saying, okay, well, this is going to be a cakewalk, and that is the wrong approach. You can't do that, man. And now D takes c4. There we go. Now I've got it. Holy shishka, holy and bottle. Oh, and then I took my bishop off when I wasn't supposed to. You idiot! Bishop f4. And here, just a minute ago, I said, yeah, knights first, then bishops. This is kind of a mixture of the Queen Gambit and the London. And I've seen online where some of the chess international masters and grandmasters say it's not a bad idea to get your bishop out of the pawn chain before pushing that pawn. And so that's kind of a London bishop, you know. But so I kind of liked doing that, and I thought, well, I'll try it here, right? Bishop f4, and now he comes bishop b4. So here's the pin to the king. It's an absolute pin. That knight can't move. And this plays a significant role in this entire game, believe it or not. Now, I am not developing my king side very fast. And I'm thinking, I would really like to get this developed, but that stupid pawn right there is stopping my knight. But he did pin my knight, and so what I'm going to do, I like to, instead of doubling up my pawns, which I don't need to worry about, but instead of moving over and having the gap on the B file, the normal file that you use is the C file, and I wanted to leave that one open. It's partially open. I wanted to make sure my pawn wasn't on it, because the rook to C1 is very helpful during the game, right? So I'm thinking, okay, I'm going to put my queen here so that when he does take the knight this time, I can just simply retake the bishop instead of retaking with the pawn, right? And now his queen went kablam. And I'm going, wow, I don't know if I have ever had that happen in a game of mine yet. Notice what he's doing. He's preventing me from castling long. And he's absolutely announcing, ta-da! Here I am! I'm in the center! Your center! Okay, well, now I can push my e3. Ha! Flee away, the lovely lady! Flee away! And he puts her on f6. So he's got the queen developed. And I'm thinking, tactic. Yeah. I like it. It's tactic time, baby. Queen a4 check and taking the bishop, Bubba. Woo-hoo! I'll show you how to play this game. Of course. Knight c6. Great way to block and defend the bishop. Hello, Mr. Backyard Professor. Get a clue, cowboy. And this is what I was telling you, rook c1. Now, look at the subtlety here. As I was looking at this position, I thought, okay, I'm going to have to come and defend. Now that I've got this, and he blocked, there's no point in moving my queen again. I'm undeveloped and I'm uncastled, and here he is right now. I have to protect that knight, because if I don't, this queen right here and this bishop right here, he's going to get a skewer and I'm going to lose my rook. And I personally have found that in the games, when I can put this rook right here, the one that resides on A1, zip code CHESS, gets better played on C1, so I avoid all that silly, stupid, nasty shenanigans guarding that. So that if he does take it with the bishop, now that my queen's gone, my rook can take it and the queen can't come down into here. So that's the way it is. So that's why I did that. And holy cow, did I play make-up chess for the rest of this cotton-picking game. He castled long. Notice the beauty of castling long with the queen gambit is you've got the D file split right down the board. There's his open file. And I can't address it just yet because if I move over to try to challenge it, yes, my rook is covered. The problem is my knight. He'll get the knight and the pawn. He'll take it with the knight with the bishop, I retake, and then the queen with check. So he'll get a knight and a pawn for just a bishop if I challenge the file. So I said, okay, I will fix this up and I will challenge him in just a few moves. Oh, had I only known. Let's see. So he castled long, and I go knight to e2. Here is another reason that I wanted to share this game with you, is because the advice is castle early. Now, I haven't been making my moves like I normally do because I was so concerned developing my king side so that I could castle, because I was so concerned with controlling the idea of having the C file instead of the B file. I was so worried about that stupid little worthless horse that became an absolute rock of Gibraltar. It became my salvation in this game. So I'm grateful I did, but the difficulties I go through from here out are tremendous. And that's probably because I suck at chess. You guys could have saw through all the silliness that I had to go through easily, but I couldn't. But it's a great learning experience. I love playing with Brian because he plays so odd. And he told me during this game, I'm trying a completely new strategy. You want to know what it is? I said, yeah. And he said, I'm taking the open file. And by golly, he did. He said, I'm going to play with my rooks. I don't know how to play with my rooks very good. And I said, wow, fantastic. That's a great piece to learn. Don't learn on me, though. Learn on someone else. He said, nope, you're mine, bub. Let the nightmare begin. And then he comes to g5, a spike. Here he comes. Blam! Hitting my beautiful bishop on f4. So I bumped to g3 thinking, okay, I'm going to keep this long, wonderful diagonal, right? I want this diagonal. And he brings his bishop out, and I'm stuck here. I can't get my bishop out to castle because I need to guard that knight solidly. Because I need to challenge him for the open file. This is really good, but it's in the way of my bishop. You see that? So here he's developing, bringing more pieces in. This nasty stuff with the bishop. And I know what you're saying. You're saying, dude, it's elementary, my dear professor. Push the A-pawn, clown. Yeah, I know. I'll get to that. I'll get to, did I tell you I'll get to that? I'll get to that. Holy moly. Oh, you remember the other day when I told you, holy shishka Bob, Shishka and Bob are brothers? Did you also know that there is a checkmate brother pair? Check and mate are brothers. When you put them together, that's what you get in chess. Yeah? Shishka Bob while checkmating. Woohoo! Shut up and show the game, dude. So, this pawn is giving him a serious outpost, and his knights are starting to look for it. This pawn is difficult. Well, just push the other pawn, dude. Yeah, okay. It still doesn't do anything to alleviate my problem with this bishop so that I can castle, because he's coming at me. So I personally felt kind of stuck here. Yes, but I did go f3. I pushed the pawn. I said, okay, let's do this. And then sure enough, the sugar sweet. Rook d3. And I'm going, you know, it'd be nice if that knight wasn't there so I could use that. I would swap that in a heartbeat. But I'm really glad those knights are there, because they really are the rock-solid defense. But I just can't seem to get castled. And see, again, here's another one of my psychologies, you guys, that I will share with you openly and freely for just a mere $19.95. But wait, there's more! If you'll subscribe now, I'll throw in a free game of chess for you. Whatever, don't do TV personality, man. So, rook d3, and I'm going, okay. Now he's got 3. Now he's got 3 here. Now, granted, it's not the fork to the ridiculous rook fork with the king. Watch. He's got 1, 2 defenders. I have literally no attackers. That rook is immune. It's there for the duration of the game. I began sweating bullets. That's difficult to deal with. It is completely cramping me directly up the gut. That's fabulous. Prime, I'm not kidding, that was the move. The pawn is undefended. The pawn right in front of my king is undefended. The pawn is attacked, although I can reach. The queen is trying to get in here, and there are 1, 2, 3 attackers, and I only have 1, 2, 3 defenders. So 3 and 3, I'm okay, but it's going to completely obliterate me, and he's got the other rook for the open file. I still can't make room to challenge his open file. He's going to have the open file, and I'm still stuck with a bishop that is cramped. I am stuck with a bishop that can't go anywhere and do anything useful. I am stuck with a huge blessing, however. Even though that's the downside, these two hooked like this are the upside. Very nice. They save my bacon. So, he came to rook d3, and I said, okay, I will take your pawn. Get rid of that pawn. Look at that beautiful file. Look at that beautiful file, and look at that ugly color that has those files. I want those to be white pieces. But notice, she can't take the bishop because of the rook. She can't move here because of the bishop. This is a worthless square because of the pawn. This is a worthless square because of the pawn and the bishop. And this is a worthless square because of the pawn and the pawn. So, that looks dangerous, but it's absolutely not usable. Whew. Thank goodness, but this is looming. So there I am. And now A5. And I told him at this point, I said, I've been living with this nightmare for long enough. Your position, I was terrible. In my opinion, this is good. This is okay. But oh my good gosh. I mean, holy breathe a sigh of relief, Batman. Whew, he didn't double the rooks on the open file. I mean, had he been able to do that? Now, true, this square, I've got it covered once, twice, 3, 4. So he's not going to put a rook there and get away with it. And even doubling, it only gives him 1 protector. And I don't think he would be willing to lose both rooks. So I'm okay, but I can't help but think down the road that would have been vastly more useful than this. And that was just my thinking while I was playing. Notice how I ended up thinking, because I got the bishop early, oh well, it's not that big a deal. I'll kind of Mickey Mouse around over here on the queen side and try to do a cool tactic. And then once the tactic failed, I know it's a beginner mistake to move a piece out and then just move it right back. But I was wishing the whole game I had just listened to my instinct and brought the queen right back and done the king side. So there's another little micro lesson. I left her there, and look, I left her there. And she's not doing anything. I just simply left her there. Right? It's frustrating. The most powerful piece is completely not involved, so I'm relying on those 2 knights locked in to save my bacon. And they work beautifully. At this point, I said, I've had it with this. It's time to do what I should have done 18 moves ago. And this is only move 15. Right? Okay, make up your mind. Here, he's going to swap. And I'm ready for the swap because 1, 1, 2, 2, 2. And anyway, the queen wouldn't retake. So he was going to lose the exchange, but you got to do the exchange, right? No. He took his bishop to BD6. Okay. Okay, I can live with that. Okay, now with this in mind is why I said, what's the most obvious feature on this chessboard? That open file. Who has that chess file and who has rubbed it in to me? Him. 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 He has it. It's time for me to take it from him. So, now I can bring my queen back where she belongs. And I told him that in the comments. You know, we talk and chatter, and we have a lot of fun when I'm playing chess with everybody I play chess with. I like to tease and laugh and all that. But I'm trying to be serious about playing a good game of chess. Get this open file back. Get it. Get it now. I still can't do anything to castle. I'm stuck in the middle. And man, what a detriment that is, yes? That's what I wanted to show you in this game. So, I came back, and now, here's the problem. Here's the problem. The bishop, when he came back here, was hitting my bishop, and I had a choice of, do I take the bishop, and then his queen gets down here, and then eventually his rook is going to get over here, and that's 3. That's potent. So I was a little bit leery about me initiating the exchange of the bishops. I need this file more than I need to worry about the bishop. The bishop is covered, right? So that's why I brought the queen instead of exchanging bishops. So of course he took the bishop, check. And I had, luckily, this wonderful Rock of Gibraltar knight to say uncheck. And then I fully expected rook takes the pawn to check there, right? It's a free pawn. And now he brought his rook over. Because he can see, and I didn't tell him this in the comments, he can see I'm coming after the file. And he's going to keep the file because he's been teasing me about it a little bit. Not bad, but... So in my thinking, that's still on the table. I can't... It takes way too long to move those double central pawns of all things. Although they do hit important central squares, these are the squares that are really critical for me, right? So now the downside is I went to here, knight takes g3, and he moves his rook, and he did not realize that when I went to here taking his bishop, my white wonderful bishop had a discovery on his rook. Now my bishop can get into the action. So I surprised him. Nice. Nice for me. Bishop takes d3. Hey, poetic. This is like Shakespeare, not Shakespeare or Shakespeare, my other beloved online friend that I play chess with. This is Shakespeare. To be or not to be. It is lovely with bishop take d3. Yeah, don't worry, I'm not going to try to publish. Nobody would buy it anyway, right? But here is where he starts to come apart. He blundered. He must have been listening to the wrong music at this time or something, because he did not make the right move. And he admitted it later on. He said, yeah, I really did not do the right move when I went to knight e5. That's the wrong place for the knight anyway. I've got that square covered. But what's even worse is you needed to exchange and take that bishop. You just gave me a rook for free. And I told him that. I said, I realized, oh, I'm not going to let you exchange a bishop. I'm going to come back down. I got one of your rooks. Now I am going to own that file. I am in the process of taking that file away from you. So here we go. Let's see if I can do this. And then he came to... Really? Oh, no, it wasn't that. It wasn't that night. It was, God dang, dude. Sorry, I'm wrecking our game, Prine. It was this night that came over, not that one that came. I'm thinking I'm ranting and raving about putting that knight there. It was this night that he moved, and then I dropped my bishop back. He attacked my bishop. Yeah, that night didn't make sense. It wasn't making any sense at all. Good grief, man. So this knight came over. I dropped my bishop down. Now he comes check. A beautiful fork on the king and the rook, right? But no reason to get excited because I have my bishop and I'm going to take it again. I'm going to take on that square again. My bishop that had so much cramping was full of tension, and so he's just going back and forth eliminating everything off that square. That bishop's the hero, right? Very nice, very nice. And then the rook takes d3 on the outpost, a very solid outpost, and I said, I don't care. I want this file now. Rook d1, I'm taking the file. There's no question about it. And now, the move I saw a few moves earlier, rook takes e3 check, he finally does that move, and we talked about that a little. I said, yeah, I thought you were going to do that a few moves ago. But he finally did it now. And my knight gets to come right back down here, and there's my Rock of Gibraltar stopping him. And his queen still cannot use any single square in this file. So it's all good. So I'm feeling very good now. Now I'm beginning to breathe a sigh of relief a little bit, but it ain't over because queen goes f4. Queen goes f4. Oh, Carrie, you dork. I missed that. Okay, here's another lesson that I just now saw. Oh, wow! Prine, I let you off the hook, my man. Oh my gosh, I could have taken you with my knight. That's a blunder on my part. I was so intent on taking that file. Yeah, and I was thinking on pinning his rook to the queen. Holy cow, but here's why else I missed that. Oh, I'm almost embarrassed to show this game. Of course, then all of my stuff is somewhat mediocre. It's like I said in my live game with Boris the other day. Yeah, my end games, they are brilliantly lousy. Checker99 laughed like crazy at me when he heard that. The reason I wanted to do this, oh, I can't believe, I just now saw that. Boy, talk about, I need to get an eye. See, I'm coming back into it, and it's obvious. I'm still rusty. I'm thinking back rank checkmate, right? That's what I have my eye on. That does not mean that you can miss obvious shots like that, like I did, though. But the back rank checkmate is much more important. But still, I really did miss that. So, I'm excited now. And he goes queen g3 check again. No way. He did not do queen g3 check. Yes, because, oh, the knight's pinned, that's why. Oh, man. Okay, yeah. I couldn't have taken his queen anyway. He knew that because the knight was pinned. Hello, you clown. Holy cow. I get tunnel vision. So he comes to here, check, and I go king f1. And I'm thinking, okay, what I hope he does, because it's obvious to me that he doesn't see the back rank checkmate, even though I'm blind enough to not see the knight was pinned. Oh my gosh. I'm hoping he does something really cool like this. But he didn't. He did properly come to here. And I told him in the comments, I said, ah, you saw it. He goes, yeah, I saw it. The defect of this is he leaves his rook hanging. But he has no real choice because he can't go there or there. So his rook is lost. And I took it. So now he's down enough material that I'm ready to go on the total attack, right? And I thought before I try to do the back rank, now, of course, now he's covered by the pawn, but I've got a rook for the queen. And now he did knight d5. He's got to put something in front to block from losing that queen, or it is a back rank. It'll become a back rank. And I said, well, it's going to become a back rank anyway, because I've got the pawn support. So, hasta la vista, baby. I don't want to take it with the knight. I want to take it with the rook. I want that file and I want to use it. So that's why I went to the rook. And then he went queen f6 check. And I bounced back to king e1. And then he went c6, threatened the rook. And I thought, you know what? It would be fun to do that just to antagonize him because I'm up and in. But I'm going to come this way, just be safe. So here we go. Now I'm going to get to the king. Yeah. Then he went to b5. I have no idea why. Okay. And I came up to here. And then he went to queen e6. And I went rook a8. And of course I have the back rank now. And then I went to queen d8 and checkmated him. So, minus my ridiculously uninformed, silly commentary and goofing off here, that was a heck of a tough game for me because I didn't castle. My piece was cramped in so I couldn't castle very soon after I didn't, because I was trying to worry about technicalities of pawn structure. I kind of lost my way, and he immediately stopped me from castling, cramped me, and I tried like crazy for that entire game to play a defensive battle and not get checkmated. Yes, he blundered away a couple of pieces, thank goodness, because of his play, but that was a tough battle. This is what we do in chess. This is how we learn. You know, you get 6 or 7 win streaks, and you get pretty cocky. You think, hey man, I'm bad. I'm getting better and better and better. I do this all the time. And then someone comes along and just blows you off the board. And then you go through 7 or 8 losing streaks, and you start thinking, I don't even know how to play this stupid game. That is also false. We do know how to play the game. We just have to regroup, recenter ourselves on the fundamentals. Knights before bishops, castling early, strengthen the center, and open files. Those are some of the fundamentals. And space. Boy, did he have more space than me. So you can see the effects of all that. Anyway, there is your Backyard Professor Chess video. Thanks for watching my obfuscatory discourse. Yeah, go ahead and look it up in the dictionary. I like to use big words every now and then because it makes me sound so intellectual premium. Whatever. Makes me sound like an adult, but oh well, you know. Hey, I did major in history and got a bachelor's decades ago, so I did learn how to read. No, truly. And it's really helping with chess right now. So, be safe, do good, be happy, be well, be loving and neighborly. Everyone needs our help, and the best way to do that is social distance, because COVID, unlike the dude in the White House, is not going to magically disappear. Let's listen to the real people who know, not the guys who want to wish in a fantasy, and let's social distance and wear our masks and be safe. That's my hope, because I want to keep playing all you guys chess. So, alrighty, in the meantime, remember, I will see you guys in the next Backyard Professor Chess video.